Hello and welcome to another Iceburghs garage video. Today we are going to be comparing the R1 Concepts Geomet series rotors and their OEP pads to the stock Mercedes Benz rotors and pads on an E350 luxury. So right here I have my 2014 E350, and as you see we got stock wheels, stock brakes. And today we're going to be comparing them to the upgraded R1 Concept. These are like factory, however they have upgraded performance. They're drilled, slotted, and provide a little bit extra cooling. So yeah, we're going to see what kind of difference it makes on this here E-Class. Let's go for it. I don't know if you could see that, but I have my check brake pad light on, and so it's a perfect time to put on some new brakes and compare them. So in this video we'll show you how to install front rotors, front pads, and then rear rotors and rear pads. It's pretty easy, definitely a job that you guys should look into doing yourself. I have heard from a few different mechanics from the Mercedes Benz dealership that the braking system on these German cars are very sensitive. So if you don't feel comfortable, there's my mama. If you don't feel comfortable messing around with your braking system, just go ahead and take it to the dealership. So for the first step, you're going to want to find your jacking point. Use a jack that has a high enough weight tolerance to support your vehicle. And make sure you have jack stands. If you have a car lift, that's of course better. But here at the Iceburghs garage, we like to go the old-fashioned way. So let's see. There it is. Okay. So I got that started. Make sure your handbrake is on. Handbrake, emergency brake. You get what I'm saying. So it's coming up just like that. I'm going to get your breaker bar, and I know my lug nuts are 17 mils. There you go. I'm going to break them. Don't break them, of course, just break them. Now that all the lug nuts have been, all the tension's been broken, we can jack the car all the way up. So we got the car all jacked up. This is plenty of room. Make sure, safety first, you put a jack stand underneath the car so it doesn't fall on you. I'm gonna go ahead and take the wheel off so I have access to put the jack stand exactly where I want it. There we go, we got our lug nuts out. Alright, so now that the car is being held up by the jack stand, you can go ahead and I'm going to cool down these brakes a little bit so we can work on it. Looking at this closer, it looks like I have about 5 to 10% brake pad life left, and there's a nice little groove right there on the bottom and top, which means these rotors have had it. Also, under braking, these things are clearly warped. Very happy that we're going to be upgrading them today, and yeah, so let's get going. So being that this is a German car and you know, they're a little bit overly complicated, you are going to need a set of Torx bits for removing the rotor. There is a screw holding it on, so you're going to need a T30 bit to remove the rotor, T30. So I went ahead and attached it to a ratchet with a little bit of an extend. Now this is definitely something that you don't have to do right off the bat. However, for removing it, I find it to be easier. Make sure that you keep all of your screws and auxiliary parts together and you remember which goes where. So next what we're going to have to do is we're going to take off the caliper clip so we can get to our pads. Simple flathead screwdriver. I'm just going to go ahead and pop that off. Just like that. You guys make sure you're careful when you're doing this. What's nice about the R1 Concepts package, whenever you buy a set of pads, you can get a hardware kit. That hardware kit we'll give you a replacement clip for that. You don't know how many heat cycles that clip has gone through, if it's fatigued or not, so it's always good to replace parts like that. So to take the caliper off first, I'm using a 1/2 inch socket with a short extension and then a medium-sized ratchet. So now that the caliper is free, we're going to go ahead and remove it. Alright, so now that we have the caliper off, we can inspect the quality of these pads. About 5% life on these, but the new ones are going to be a lot better. So for some reason, the brake pads on this side from the dealership, they may or may not be glued, but you just go ahead and pry them off. You can also stick a screwdriver and push on that. But there is the other pad removed. So now we're left with the caliper. We're going to move that back here. And now it's time to remove the caliper bracket. Now that should be the most difficult part, is getting these caliper brackets out. They're usually snugged in there pretty well. Of course, when you're putting them back, that they're just as tight. So now I can screw out the top bolt. So now that we have the caliper bracket out, when I was getting the caliper off, I went ahead and put this screw back in just to help me get it out because there was too much play. But now I can go ahead and unscrew that. You can see she's ready to go. And there we are. One rotor down. Let you guys check this out. No more rotor, looks pretty good. A little bit of oxidation behind there. I'll go ahead and clean that out before I reinstall the new ones. And we can do a side-by-side comparison. So we're at the halfway point, installing the first set of R1 Concept Geomet rotors. Right here we have the Geomet rotor. As you can see, it's drilled and slotted. It's got a nice iodized coating on it. And right here you can see the old Mercedes Benz luxury rotor. You can see no extra cooling, just one big old disc of steel to try to slow you down. The way that I drive my car, at least, and I'm sure the way that you drive yours, this is definitely going to be something that you're going to want to look into. You can see even on the back, got extra vanes for cooling. So overall, I think this is going to be a lot nicer. It's going to be better. It's going to look better, that's for sure. Next would be wheels. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys a little bit of the direct comparison between the R1 Concepts Geomet rotor and the stock Mercedes Benz rotor. I know which one I want. So to clean these up, just to remove a little bit of the corrosion, I just have a shop towel. I'm just gonna go ahead and go in all these little nooks and crannies. But you just want to get all those dirty deposits and brake dust and whatnot. You're in here, you might as well clean her up. So now that we have the hub all cleaned up, it's time to install the new rotors. So right here I have the new Geomet rotor, and I'm going to go ahead and use some non-chlorinated brake cleaner just to remove any manufacturer oils or any oils off the surface of the rotor. Time to install. Make sure you line up where this goes, where it is. So there is the rotor all installed. I'm just gonna make sure, you wanna make sure that all of your lug nut holes line up. There we go. So now that the rotor is all on, I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down once more with the non-chlorinated brake cleaner. Next we're going to reinstall the caliper bracket. So now that those are all tightened up, I'm gonna hit them with the air gun. We'll get them all tightened up. So now that the caliper bracket is all secured and tightened up, it's time to compress the piston within the caliper and put in the new brake pads. So I've found the best way to do this is to use a C-clamp like this and the old pads just like this, and you go ahead and you squeeze it in. Just like that, we got it all done. Here we have the brand new pads. As you can see, plenty of life, brand spanking new. R1 Concepts OEP pads. So what we're gonna do is, gonna go ahead and slide this in here. It's got some little tabs that just gotta get in all at the right angle. And there it is, that's installed. And then this one just goes like so. There you are, new pads installed. Now we just have to attach it back onto the caliper and we're all good to go. Included in the kit was new bushings for the slide pins. So that goes right here. This allows the caliper to adjust. I already got this side out. All it takes is put a screwdriver, push out the metal pin itself, and then you take the rubber out, and then we will reinstall. So let's check it out. Before reinstalling the new glide pins and rubber joints, I'm going to go ahead and grease up the inside of the rubber joint and clean the slide pin itself. The glide pins have been reinstalled. Glide pins are installed. Now it's time to put these on. That is how you install R1 Concepts Geomet rotors and OEP pads on a Mercedes Benz.